Welcome back to Otaku Daikun. Dai here, and for this video, I'll be giving a shout out to several anime that aren't quite ready to review in my opinion, either because they're still airing, or would require a new season to fully conclude. These shows are all worth checking out, even if I can't officially render a verdict on them just yet. Most of these come from winter 2016, but others are from earlier, or are airing right now. Bear in mind that none of these are officially available for purchase in the West. But I'll mention the various streaming services that host these shows, so you can support the creators as you watch. First off, we have a beautiful romance anime taking place in a world of kingdoms, princes, and sword fighting. Our protagonist is a young woman, Shirayuki, who leaves her kingdom to avoid becoming a prince's concubine. She meets a much more gentlemanly prince from the nearby kingdom of Clarinus, and she moves there to continue her career as an herbalist. Its focus is around Zen and Shirayuki, people from different lots in life and different careers, trying to find a way to be together. It has a similar appeal as Romeo x Juliet, so if you enjoyed that one, you absolutely must watch this. So far, it has 2 seasons, but needs more to tell the full story. Check it out subbed on Hulu, or dubbed on Funimation. This is one hella great anime that I recommend to pretty much everyone. It tells the story of a group of teenagers who mysteriously find themselves in a fantasy world of villages and monsters, all without the memory of where they came from. They're left with no choice but to make a living as soldiers of their world's reserve army. Essentially, they're forced to become mercenaries who live off the profits from hunting monsters and selling their belongings. At first, it appears like your average MMORPG premise, but what makes Grimgar unique is its sense of realism. Starting off as a mercenary can be extremely difficult. You won't have enough money to get good weapons or even a change of underwear. The monsters are intelligent and have their own way of living and organizing. They'll fight till their last breath, and killing them can seem rather cruel and brutal. The anime gains strength from ideas that are often overlooked by this genre. Just like Shirayuki, you can find this one on Hulu and Funimation. Konosuba is in direct contrast to Grimgar, despite dealing with very similar ideas. It's about Kazuma, a social shut-in who winds up dying in an attempt to save a girl from being hit by a vehicle. In Limbo, he is greeted by the goddess Aqua, and given the choice of being reborn, or reviving himself, memories and all, in a separate fantasy world in need of heroes. He chooses the fantasy world, and has the opportunity to take something with him on his journey. Hilariously, he chooses Aqua herself, and is permitted to drag her along with. Like Grimgar, it's an anime about a group trying to succeed in an RPG-esque environment. But Konosuba's angle is comedy. Kazuma winds up forming an extremely bizarre party, full of capable, yet undeniably flawed members. There's Aqua, a powerful goddess, who's too vain to put herself to good use. La Latina, a masochistic knight who loves taking damage, but can't hit a target for squat. And Megumin, a mage capable of performing one of the strongest spells, Explosion, but passes out after each use, and it's the only spell she's ever cared to learn. Nevertheless, they wind up fumbling their way through various battles and quests. Anyone who's familiar with RPGs, fans of anime series like Slayers or Louis the Rune Soldier, absolutely must watch this one. Thankfully, Konosuba's already being renewed for a 2nd season. Check out the 1st season on Crunchyroll. The original Utawarerumono made a solid reputation for itself, with its adorable characters with animal ears, tails, and dynasty-oriented politics and warfare. After many years, it's got a direct sequel for fans to enjoy. It parallels the original in several ways, with its main character, Haku, waking up without his memories, and is being accompanied by a cute and capable girl, Kuon. He winds up amassing a specialized team of warriors and friends as he finds himself engulfed in various political struggles. It's definitely not the best anime, and it's certainly not as well executed as the original, but Utawarerumono fans should still check it out, as it makes reference to and develops aspects of the 1st series. Watch it on Crunchyroll, Hulu, and the Anime Network. This anime is totally underrated and doesn't get the love it deserves. It's about Sakurako, an expert on bones and anatomy, with a real knack for forensic investigations. Her experience with and love for bones is quite obsessive, but the knowledge that accompanies her obsession allows her to understand the past from the remains left in the present. From the cause and time of death to the subtle details of human behavior, Sakurako is able to piece together important mysteries with a genius akin to Sherlock Holmes. She even has her own Watson, a high school boy named Shotaro. The anime follows the two of them as they unravel several mysteries revolving around death and human remains, while hinting at a conflict in Sakurako's past pertaining to her deceased younger brother. It's an optimistic take on an average crime drama, and has a very intelligent, driven, independent female lead. If you have even an ounce of interest in mystery, be sure to watch this anime on Hulu or Crunchyroll. Re:Zero is one of two shows on this list that is currently airing. In it, we have Subaru, a high school student who is suddenly warped into another world, a fantasy one with magic. That's a major theme in anime these days, isn't it? The catch here is that it has an element of time travel. In this new world, whenever Subaru dies, his mind and memories are sent back to a point in time for him to start all over, hopefully to avert his death and create a better timeline for himself and the people he meets. Subaru is one of the most amusing and admirable protagonists I've seen for a while in anime, and his journey keeps raising the stakes and drama with each new episode. Watch it. Just do it. It's really awesome. Crunchyroll beckons you. This one's definitely an anime inspired by Attack on Titan, but in my opinion, surpasses it in every way. Humanity is threatened by a zombie-esque virus that turns humans into hideous creatures called Kabane. The survivors of this outbreak hide within iron fortresses, connected by railways. Our hero, Ikoma, is a young steamsmith who invents a special piercing gun capable of penetrating the armor around a Kabane's heart, allowing them to be killed. Hell breaks loose when a train, overrun with Kabane, crashes into Ikoma's station, and he's caught up in the attacks that ensue. He gets infected with the Kabane virus, but is able to prevent it from spreading to his brain, allowing him to survive. He joins a badass girl named Mume as one of two Kabaneri, part human, part Kabane warriors, tasked with protecting the armored train carrying all the evacuees. It's friggin' gorgeous. It has one of the most detailed and beautiful art styles ever put to animation. The music also blows my mind, with artists like Supercell and Aimer, as well as tracks made in the same style as Aldnoah Zero. Definitely my pick for top anime this season. Unfortunately, the only legit streaming option is via Amazon Video, but you can't afford to miss this anime. Well, that should be more than enough anime to sate your thirst for otaku goodness for a while. If you're even a little curious about any of these shows, it's so worth your time to watch them. I may decide to review these shows when they're fully finished, or are clearly never going to be. Regardless, that doesn't make them any less worth your time. If you've seen or are watching any of these anime, what do you think? I'd love to hear your views. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to share it with your friends and subscribe to Otaku Daikun for more anime lists, reviews, discussions, and let's plays. Until then, celebrate your fandom.